Hi, I'm Molino, and together we're going to take a look at what's new in Linchpin Suite 5.6. It would take too much time to show you everything, so we've picked out 3 highlights. The registration deadline for events, the new responsive profile macro, and the completely configurable footer including the new text fields. So let's start with the registration deadline for events. You might be familiar with this situation. You've created an event in Linchpin, for example for a party. You set a date, time, location, and so on. But for the prep, you will actually need to know how many people will RSVP for the event so that you can buy enough drinks and snacks. And so this is why we have added the new registration deadline. Here you can set a deadline for the registration. If the deadline has expired, then the registration is closed. Although we've built in a little backdoor here. If you've created the event yourself, or if you're the admin, or get permissions from the admin, then you can still sneak people into the party after the registration is closed using the Register Other People function. Just open the detail view, switch to the overview of registrations, and click this button right here. This is an event where the registration deadline has expired. As you can see, registration is no longer possible, and the corresponding information is displayed. Let's move on to the second topic. Many of you have probably noticed the responsive profile macro. Until now, the profile macro was taking up way too much space. At the same time, many of you wanted to build pages with the content in a wide column and all additional infos in an extra narrow column. That made sense. However, it was difficult to display information about people in a narrow column. Information ended up getting cut off, and it just overall looked bad. As you can see, we fixed this problem. The macro adapts better to the narrow width, and the name is nicely formatted under the image and simply uses the space better. However, there are limits to this. Even the new macro can't reasonably manage 10 pixels of width. Let's move on to the third feature we would like to introduce to you today, the completely configurable footer. Here, it is now possible to completely hide the default columns and to display your own content instead. And this is how it works. In the theme configuration, click on Configure Footer. Here you can see the new icon on the individual entries. Use the eye icon to show and hide the columns. With the plus icon, you can add new columns. Now you have the choice. Do you want a list of links or a text field? With the new text field, you can place a formatted text in the footer column, for example with information about feedback options that your user may have in your system. You can display a total of 5 columns in the footer, and you can easily move them around in order using drag and drop. By the way, there's also a feature request to personalize these footer columns, so you can tell each column you're only visible from users from Frankfurt, and another column is only visible for users from Washington. If you want to vote for this feature, feel free to go to Canny, our platform for feature requests. You can find the link below in the video description. Down there, you can also find the link to the complete list of our 10 already implemented features. A new feature for German users, Linchpin is now fully gender neutral. And don't worry, we've managed to do this completely without using asterisks or awkward constructs. In Linchpin events, we've improved performance, especially in the portal, and fixed almost a dozen bugs in total. And that's it for the first Linchpin update of 2023. Let us know what you think. Feel free to contact us for any feedback or any ideas you might have to help us improve your user experience. Till next time.